Hello and welcome to Cirque de l'Esprit, Circus of the Mind. My name is Stephanie Morphet-Tepp. On the ring, I'm known as the Flying Brain, and I am the producer of today's show. When I first started thinking about this show about a year ago, I wanted to bring together circus artists to tell the story of mental health and wellness. And I couldn't be happier with the acts that we've brought together today for you. I think one of the biggest things that this shows is that mental health is a human issue, and as humans, this is part of our journey. So I would like to share with you today this variety of numbers told by circus artists from across the country to show how we're all united, especially during these trying times. To begin, I want to share my number with you. My number is a hair hang number, and I wrote it about my experience living with major depressive disorder. Living with major depressive disorder has been a challenge, to say the least, but even though there's days where you feel like you can't get out of bed and it's this long war, you might not win every battle, but I do believe that the war can be won.
Hello, I'm Lucille. I'm 16 years old, and my act is to the song Pull It Together by the Greeting Committee. This song talks about getting things off your chest and having to pull yourself together, but for a lot of teenagers, it's more complicated than that, and mental health is a really big issue for everyone. So thank you so much for supporting this show. I hope you enjoy my act.
Hi, I'm Janelle Peters. I'm a contortionist, aerialist, and psychotherapist from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I live here in Denver now. I'm so happy to be part of the Cirque de l'Esprit. This is such a wonderful show, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed working on my piece for it. The piece that I'm presenting in this show is about, it was originally about a lot of the feelings that I experienced early on in coronavirus, so feeling trapped and anxious and sad and lethargic and depressed and afraid. And as I've worked on the piece more and as I explore it further, what I'm finding is that really what it's about is the practice of doing hope even when you don't feel hope, and creating room for the hope to arrive when it does. The feeling of hope. And so I hope that you enjoy the piece. I hope that it speaks to you. It's very meaningful for me, and I'm honored to be able to present it.
Hi, my name is Marisa Kellogg.
And I'm Josh Davis.
And we are performers with Fractal Tribe Circus and managers here at the Boulder Circus Center. The piece you're about to see primarily relates to anxiety and how that can impact and manifest in relationship. I deal with anxiety and obsessive compulsive behaviors, and for over 2 years now, Josh has been a super awesome, amazing support system and a compassionate human being through life's crazy journey. I grew up in a household where mental health issues and neurological disorders were quite prevalent, and from a young age, I felt like I had to put on a strong and brave face and be happy and lighthearted and not add to the load and heaviness. And to this day, I still sometimes struggle with feeling as if my emotions and experiences aren't always warranted or validated, just because they aren't as severe as some others around me. I know that's not true, and I've never doubted the love and support from family and friends and loved ones And I hope that this piece serves as a reminder for myself and for you all that you are loved and not alone.
I see you when you're down and depressed, just a mess. I see you when you cry, when you're shy, when you wanna die. I see you when you smile, it takes a while, at least you're here. I see you, yes I see you.
Hi, it's Janelle Peters again. Stephanie, our director, invited me to speak briefly about another element of my work, which is my work as a psychotherapist and my work in mental health. I'm a licensed social worker in the state of Colorado, and I have a small private practice. I also create material and start conversations online about mental health for circus artists and circus students on my Instagram, which is at Cirque_psych. And that's a really important part of my work for me as well. I'd also love to highlight the nonprofit that I work for here in Colorado. Their name is Resilience 1220, and they offer free therapy sessions for young people ages 12 to 20 in the mountain communities surrounding Denver in order to help prevent suicide and to just improve resilience and quality of mental health for the young people in those areas. Being a mental health professional is incredibly rewarding. It's incredibly challenging. It's especially important and especially needed in this time as we're all adjusting to living a very different lifestyle than we're accustomed to. I also want to just encourage anyone in the audience who may be feeling like you could benefit from therapy or you could benefit from help, having someone to vent to, somebody to give you advice or validation or just to help you sort through the feelings and the thoughts that you're having. I think everyone can benefit from therapy even in the best times. There doesn't have to be something wrong for therapy to be a helpful tool, and I highly recommend seeking out a therapist who's a good fit for you. One of the benefits of the situation that we're in right now is that therapists who are licensed in your state who are offering telehealth don't even have to be within driving distance of you. So you have a much broader pool of folks that may be a good fit as a therapist. And it's a great time to reach out, try to connect with some folks, try to take care of yourself by letting someone trained help take care of you. So if you've been on the fence, therapy is wonderful. It's an amazing tool. I love being a therapist. I love having a therapist, and I see no downside, truly.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm here to talk to you. We are here to talk to you about the video that I made. It's a video about juggling and juggling's role in my life. I have had feelings of worthlessness on a semi-regular basis for a while. And it's mainly brought about because of poverty, really, when it comes down to it. There's a lot of things that I feel like I can't afford. A lot of times because I can't afford them. But it is obviously exacerbated by expectations, and in particular, the coronavirus pandemic right now has not helped very much because I have no work anymore. I don't have any income. Anyway, so there are these expectations, and I tend not to meet them, which can be devastating. However, juggling has been my tool to joyfully reject and defy these expectations. So juggling is the answer, guys. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, so I'm gonna juggle, and you're gonna like it a lot, because I like it a lot. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle juggle, if you will. Maybe that's what I'll name the video. We'll see. We'll see, won't we? At any rate, embrace your darkness, like I have. I mean, you don't have to. Do whatever you want, but that's what I did. And juggle. You should juggle. That is actually non-negotiable. If you're not a juggler, you're wrong. Goodbye.
much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Got a little bit older, she ties me up. Got a little bit older, got a little bit bolder, got a little more drugs than I should. Every empty bottle around me drowned in sorrow till it learned to swim. Trying to quiet these fires and pull the tide in, but my heart burns still. I'm what I am, and you are what you are. We'll remain how we are, and this is how I am. You created a monster, I'm out to get loud, and this is how I feel. I don't want it if there's sanity and peace. Well, I just keep it running. My heart speaks louder and she says that I'm what I am. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up. Got a little bit older, got a little bit bolder, got a little more drugs than I should. Regret is a bastard son of weakness. I'm out to a ball. Won't be blaming my failures on the demons that live in my thoughts. My heart beats still, my blood runs still. They try to censor repair my limbs. You created a monster, I'm out to get loud, and this is how I feel. There's a cure for this hell. I don't want it if there's sanity and peace. Well, I just keep it running. The lights into light me, pulling me in, 'cause I'm what I am. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up. Got a little bit older, got a little bit bolder, got a little more drugs than I should. I don't mind, it's a home with the devil. Falls in love with the cold-free rebel. Caught on a leash of a giant decree. No, I won't let go. I am what I am, no you won't see double. No rain or shine, just too damn stubborn. Bite this damn bullet in half and swallow it. I am what I am. It's not oceans or time zones or circumstance or plans. It's a feeling you lack on a part of your heart. It's a soul that I ain't touched, that I never will. You're the one I forgot. There's a cure for this hell. I don't want it if there's sanity and peace. Well, I just keep it running. The lights into light me, pulling me in, 'cause I'm what I am. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up. Too much, she ties me up. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up and I can't sleep. Too much, she ties me up. Got a little bit older, got a little bit bolder, got a little more drugs than I should.
Hi, my name is Parker Go Peep, and I am a Denver area burlesque performer, MC, producer, teacher, and most importantly, I am a person surviving bipolar disorder, major anxiety disorder, and a tiny sprinkling of PTSD, just for good measure. Now, when I was putting together a piece for this show, for this project, there are many different stories that I wanted to tell about my own journey, but the one that seemed most fitting for this time is the idea of my own body, my own mind, my own life being a prison. Now, with bipolar, there's a lot of times when you feel like your brain is working against you. When it's working against you to build relationships, when it's working against you to move forward in financial decisions, when it's working against you to just survive a normal life. And it took me 3 decades to finally feel like this brain that I have maybe exists as some sort of creative blessing as opposed to a burden meant to make my life impossible.
So I invite you to come along this dance-based journey with me as we discover that our bodies, our minds, ourselves are not prisons that we have been sentenced to, but instead a home that should be nurtured and loved. Thank you.
Dig a hole, dig it down, down deep, deep inside of me. Dig a hole, dig it down, down deep, deep inside of me. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. Oh, my heart's a well, deep, deep down she goes. Oh, my heart's a well, deep, deep down she goes. Oh, my heart's a well, deep, deep down she goes. Oh, my heart's a well, deep, deep down she goes. Oh, this is my body, so well, made it my quarry. Oh, what was once scary, so well, now's a sanctuary. Oh, this is my body, so well, made it my quarry. Oh, what was once scary, now's a sanctuary. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. This is my body, made it my quarry. What was once scary, now's a sanctuary. Oh, my heart's a well, deep, deep down she does. Oh, my heart's a well, deep inside she meets. This is my body.
Hi, I'm Emilianna Brooks from Boulder, Colorado. Today my piece is going to represent my PTSD journey in the form of constant spinning. I'd like to dedicate this out there to all of the brave little girls facing their own fears and finding their own strengths within. I additionally would like to dedicate this to my 9-year-old niece, Morphet, who lives in Medford, Oregon. I love you so much and thank you for helping me on this journey.
I was born in a thunderstorm. I grew up overnight. I played alone, I played on my own. I survived. Hey, I wanted everything I never had, like the love that comes with life. I wore envy and I hated that, but I survived. I had a woman that took her to a place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change and nothing on the ground can ever grow. No hope, just lies, and you're taught to cry in your pillow. But I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Solace in the strangest place, way in the back of my mind. I saw my life in a stranger's face, and it was mine. I had a woman that took her to a place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change and nothing on the ground can ever grow. No hope, just lies, and you're taught to cry in your pillow. But I survived. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Took it out, but I'm still breathing. You 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 took it out, but I'm still breathing. Took it out, but I'm still breathing. You took it out, but I'm still breathing. I made every single mistake that you could ever possibly make. I took and I took and I took what you gave, but you never noticed that I was in vain. I knew what I wanted, I went and I got it. Did all the things that you said that I wouldn't. I told you that I would never be forgotten. I know that's spite of you. And I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm still breathing. I'm alive.
Hi, my name is Staza Stone, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. This act is about the everyday struggle of just getting up and out of bed. Maybe that's something that's been going on for you during this quarantine, or maybe it's something that you suffer with on the daily. For me, it is a constant battle in my life that I fight. This act is an homage to getting up, pushing through, and making art in spite of everything.
smile and think how much you've changed. All the money in the world couldn't buy back those days. You pull back your curtains and the sun burns into your eyes. You watch a plane flying across a clear blue sky. This is a day your life will surely change. This is a day when things fall into place. You could have done anything if you wanted, and all your friends and family think that you're lucky. But the side of you that never sees when you're left alone with the memories that hold your life together like glue. You pull back your curtain and the sun burns into your eyes. You watch a plane flying across a clear blue sky. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day when things fall into place. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will surely change. This is the day your life will
Hi, my name is Christian Hill with Alpine Connection Counseling. I've been working with teens and young adults who struggle with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, addiction, and more specifically, self-harm for the last 20 years. You know, our world is currently going through uncharted territory with the global pandemic and economic shutdown and the quarantine. You know, projections show that we could experience a mental health fallout like we've never seen before. Specifically, those who may have already had some mental health challenges or were living in toxic family situations. Not to mention the additional stress of all the losses that all of us have experienced, either loss of social connectedness, job losses, stresses such as financial pressures, not being able to attend just everyday activities like sporting events or concerts or even religious activities. Well, the big message of this short clip is just to try to encourage you and to not suffer in silence, and please don't suffer alone. There are people out there that can help, and there are resources available to you if you're able to reach out. You know, another thing I want to encourage you to do is don't forget to take care of some of the basics, to take care of yourself. Don't forget to have some daily routines in place, to get outside, to eat healthy food, to stay hydrated, to stay socially connected, even if through technology, to the best of your ability. I promise you, these daily routines will really sort of help ground you as you try to cope with all the other stresses in the world. Again, I want to encourage you, please don't suffer alone. And please know there's people who care and resources out there to help. All we're asking of you is to reach out. But before I go, the infamous magician from the Stanley Hotel, Claire Voyant.
Hey folks, Clairvoyant here. I was trying to come up with some sort of snarky, witty, creative, quarantine-related magic tricks. It wasn't going well. All of that seemed a little too cheesy. And I wanted to use this opportunity to do something a little more positive. And even though we're all separate at the moment, magic has a really cool way of bringing us together again.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in today to watch this really amazing show that's about such an important topic. Mental health affects everyone, and I think it's really important for everyone to realize that people experience different things in their life and have their own struggles and their own personal demons that they have to deal with every day. And I think that the more we can be transparent about how we're feeling and what we're going through, the more we can break down stigmas and the more we can support each other. So my act is about the realization that no matter who the person is and no matter what you may be seeing on social media, every person has their own personal things and their own demons that they're facing. So to remember that, and whenever you're interacting with other people, using kindness and being supportive of each other during these times. Thank you.
I've got all these demons hiding underneath. Nobody can see them, nobody but me. And you're the reason, the only thing that keeps me from diving off the deep end. Because I've got all these demons, demons, demons. Well, at first I thought I'd have to bear this weight by myself, but when my knees were getting weak and I was in need of help, you were there to take away the pain that I felt. You're the only one that gave me hope. You're the only one who really knows. I've got all these demons hiding underneath. Nobody can see them, nobody but me. And you're the reason, the only thing that keeps me from diving off the deep end. Because I've got all these demons, demons, demons. For a moment I thought maybe I was doing alright, so I took your love for granted and I left you behind. And I just didn't understand you or what kept me alive. You forgave me and you gave me hope. Still you're the only one who really knows. I've got all these demons hiding underneath. Nobody can see them, nobody but me. And you're the reason, the only thing that keeps me from diving off the deep end. Because I've got all these demons, demons, demons. It's you pull me through it on the days when I have doubts. Even when I turn my back on you, you never let me down. And even when I hit the bottom, no, you didn't let me drown. I've got all these demons hiding underneath. Nobody can see them, nobody but me. And you're the reason, the only thing that keeps me from diving off the deep end. Because I've got all these demons, demons, demons. Because I've got all these demons, demons, demons.
Hi, I'm Christopher Williams. I am 29 years old and I am currently in Indiana. When I got invited to do this show, I got pretty excited. As someone who suffers with extreme social anxiety, I know how it is to kind of sit around, feel stooped up, and feel like you're slowly going crazy, and how terrible that is on your brain and on your body. It's definitely not fun. Before the pandemic, my normal 9 to 5 was not a very normal 9 to 5. I travel 8 months out of the year with a traditional circus. We set up the tent, we tear down the tent every day. We travel all across the country and all across Canada. And so when the coronavirus hit and it sent me back home, I have now sat here and I felt all of those emotions I didn't want to feel again, all that bad anxiety of the unknown. And so when I got invited to do this, I was like, this is good. And it reminded me that I need to stay strong and that I can do anything and not to let my anxiety run my life. So these next 5 minutes, I hope you guys enjoy what I do. And whatever's going on in your life, just let it go. Enjoy it and don't let anything hold you down. Enjoy the show.
against me. And gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, I'll never know what makes this man with all the love that his heart can stand. Dream of ways to throw it all away. Whoa, whoa. Gravity is working against me. And gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more, it's gonna send me to my knees. Is good and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more, it's gonna send me to my knees. Whoa, whoa. Gravity, stay the hell away from me. Whoa, whoa. Gravity has taken better men than me. How can that be? Just keep me where the light is. Just keep me where the light is. Just keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is.
Oh, hello there. My name is Mike Morphet-Tepp. I'm the proud husband of Stephanie, the Flying Brain, the producer of this show. Now, you may remember me from her piece as the masked evil entity Depression. But as our circus comes to a close, it is our hope that our performers have connected with you in some way, and that during this quarantine and this time of isolation allowed you to feel a little bit less alone. So as the late, great comedian Bill Hicks said, hey, don't worry. Don't be afraid. Ever. Because this is just a ride. And this ride is moving. And we can't really get off right now, even if this part of the ride really sucks. So I challenge everyone to accept the ride you're on and make the best decisions that you can to get through it. And look, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. If you don't feel like that, I urge you, please call somebody. So, from everyone here at Cirque de l'Esprit, we want to thank you for tuning in. And from the circus to you, hang in there.